The following clip is from a Patreon exclusive. To see the full video and many more, go to patreon.com/GERIMI and become a subscriber.
And already in the difference between this horse and that horse, I'm using fewer lines to say more. Which is something I always want to do, but frequently I have to remind myself to do it. And that's one of the things that eternally, I enjoy the drawing process. I enjoy the challenges. What keeps me interested is that I'm never going to get bored. There's always more to learn and to figure out. But one of the things that I do find a little bit infuriating is how much I have to remind myself to do things. That there's very little of the drawing process that feels like it's automatic pilot for me. And you would hope after many, many years of practicing this art that I would develop a certain level where I can just draw and not have to think about it. Now when I work on my comic books, I would say that that's true for inking. For inking, a lot of it is just I pay attention while I'm establishing my light sources, and the rest of the time it really is just kind of like have fun, just fill in the framework I've created in the drawing. But when it comes to figurative drawing of any type, animal, horse, what have you, well, not just figurative, environmental, that I have to remind myself, say more with less, don't make scratchy lines, get to the point. These are things that I constantly will be drawing, and I just realize that I have fallen into these old patterns of just mark making for the sake of mark making. And I think there's something to be said for that kind of automatic drawing. I think that it can be beautiful and expressive. But I think that I also have a bit of an internal struggle between control and creativity. In that sense that I think that I can make things that are creative and interesting, but they might not necessarily be good if I'm just letting my hand do the automatic drawing, as I'm calling it. Instinctual marks, that might be a better way to describe it, is instinctual marks as opposed to intentional marks. In fact, I'm going to make a note there that's a thing that I'm probably going to talk about it in the public live streams and talk about it a lot in my drawings before, because I've never actually really processed it in my mind that way before. But I think it's something to revisit and think about, is instinctual marks versus intentional marks. But yeah, I feel like there is a struggle between that side that we all feel that just wants to be creative, wants to make stuff, versus the side that is trying to, as I said, is trying to intentionally express thoughts, ideas, volumes, anatomical structures, and that those things don't just come out of the hand, that we have to make conscious choices, and then we make those choices, and a lot of times they're wrong and we have to correct them.